Hi. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I started a few minutes too late, a few minutes late today because I was running about, finishing things up. And the lighting is a bit weird. Just a second. Hello. Just checking. Yeah, I think that's better. Hey, Sue. How are you? Hope everyone's good. I'm kind of like, yeah, getting into it. Um, um, so yeah, I was just trying to change the setup of my camera a little bit to bring it down closer to the desk because yeah, I'm doing tiny things and it's really hard to see. So I was kind of like, it took me longer than I expected, which is honestly, why should I expect something else, right? Yes, I am feeling better. Thank you, Sue. It seems that for the most part, it seems like I'm good. um, I have like a bit of a runny nose, but I'll hide it well behind the screen. I hope. Yes. Hi, Akara. Okay, so after yeah, so yesterday we kind of I asked you which room we should move to, and there wasn't like any specific clear decision or a wish from everyone. So I did what I want to do. And basically, we're moving to that little servants' hall. Just a sec, I'll bring it in because I did, and we'll do the split screen. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, okay, that's the, see like how much closer it is? I hope that's good. Let me know what you think. So this is like the great hall, and this is the servants hall. Let's put it right under the camera. And as you can see, since we moved here, I also made some wallpaper and stuff. I'll just bring it out so you can see. So because it's kind of the servants area, I didn't want it to be too fancy or anything. Quite the opposite, but it's like, you know, it's like an area that basically guests are not supposed to look at, but they might catch a pic because that's where like they take their coats and stuff. So God, you know, goodness grace that like it would look terrible. That's not acceptable. So it has to have like a nice wallpaper, but it's not well kept. Let's put it this way. And yeah, this wall even I had like really just kind of ripped parts. Also because yeah, we have the opening to the basement there, and you know, maybe something terrible came out of the basement. We'll find out. Yeah, so for this one I just used a I used the backing is a very pale gray paper that I stamped on with this to create this pattern. And then just did what I always do, just cut it into strips and glue it. And in this case, I ripped it a bit more. I also feel like, you know, the less the wallpapers that we put in the parlor, or the red one, and in the hall, they're kind of like very, it's heavy paper and it feels like heavier, stronger materials. And this one, and in the other, like the it'll be the second floor or third floor, however you want to call it, the wallpapers there will also be, I'm purposely using paper that is a little bit thinner, so it kind of gives the feel of something that is a little cheaper. It's not quite as fancy. And yeah, and I did the flooring here that come out, come out, come out. So it's just very simple pattern. Just as that. I did, after finishing it, I realized that I probably should have taken into consideration the entrance to the basement, because I'm still not sure if it should be, if it should remain completely, it shouldn't remain completely open. Basically, there should be like, is it always called a trap door when it's like in the floor like that you open? But yeah, I think there should be a trapdoor there. So basically, this should have continued all the way to the edge and then have a trapdoor. I didn't do that. I'll just fix it for next time. Yay! And the main reason that I really wanted to work on this area is because yesterday we had this chat of, this area could have the servant's bell. And I looked it up a bit online and I love them so much. So I decided I want to try and do servant's bell. So that's, I think they will be around here, basically on this wall. Now, the thing is, they're supposed to be very small. There's a limit to how small I can go, I guess. I'm still, I don't know, because so here's today's adventures in trying to figure out tiny bells. So the first thing that I thought of, I actually have them here, are these little pieces. They are, it's bead caps from jewelry making. And these guys, I'll just take one out. I still might use them actually in the end, because I think that's the smallest option. Ugh, stand there. See, so it's really tiny. The only thing that the thing is that I only have, in this size, I only have these guys that have this kind of, well, a pattern basically. And they're not, so they don't necessarily look that much like bells. It can work, and they are tiny, so we'll consider them. Let's put them under consideration. That's one option. The other thing that I was trying is just from paper. And again, I did just this kind of cone thingy going up to the camera, trying to focus. It just looks like a circle. I don't know. Trying to show that it's basically like a cone, but I felt like it's too much like a cone. And then I tried to use these guys. Let's see if we can bring it. So this is basically a die cut that is meant to create flowers. So, if it's a flower, where did it go? There it is. If it's a flower, then it would be like this, right? But I figured that like upside down, it might work as a bell. And then, but I wasn't, it's not really a shape of a bell that much. So in the end, I just went with my old friend Polymer Clay and made some bells. But honestly, yeah, I thought that I made really tiny ones, but now it looks like they're kind of big. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it's okay. Like, we'll have them. I don't know. So the idea is to use this kind of, again, it's beading materials. These are just bead pins, I think they're called. And these ones come with a circle end that can imitate the, I don't know how it's called in English, the little part that rings inside the bell. So, and I think I'll use this color. So there's, see, like with this one, is it focusing? Focus, focus, focus. Yeah. So I'm not sure. I think it does look like a bell, but it's kind of, maybe it's big for that. I don't know. Let's see how it looks with these guys. There we go. Yeah. So I guess that it fits better with this size. I don't know. This one has weird edges. I'll fix it in a bit. But yeah. So basically, these are my options at the moment. I don't know. These guys are too big, maybe, but then again, it's basically an alarm system, so it can be big bells, right? I don't know. I don't think it's that terribly big, I guess. And the thing is that I just honestly don't think that that looks like a bell. So that's my main issue with this. So I think we'll go with that. Hopefully, once it's kind of colored with a metallic, probably like a bronzy color, I'm thinking. Maybe copper, one of those. But hopefully, once that's well painted like more metallic colors, then it would look more like a bell. Where did the paper one go? Because you can also check that. Just seeing all of our options. If I can convince it. Oh, oh dear. It does not want to go in. I'm just checking. Yeah, no, it's basically the same issue with the bead cap. So I think we'll stick to the polymer clay. I'm gonna move completely to the desk. So yes, brass. Just, you know, when brass is aged, it gets this brownish color, which is beautiful. So I think we'll go with that. So I'm just gonna straighten the bottom of it a bit because, yeah, you know, handmade, not very straight. And polymer clay is thankfully extremely easy to manipulate with these things. So just gonna straighten it up a bit to make sure that it looks the way I like it. Oop. And let's just do, I don't know how many of them, how many bells I'll actually do today. I think the calculation was that I basically need 6 because we have 3 rooms in the top floor, then the parlor and the dining room, and the great hall. That's basically the rooms I could think of. I mean, we can always add more bells because I think that there is an assumption with this kind of, yeah. Even, I think that I'll even like glue it like this so it pops out so you can kind of, yeah, I think it gives it more of a feel of the of a bell. I wanted to actually show you. Let me just bring in because I wanted to show you the bell that I was inspired by, or like basically. So this is basically what it looks, one of them on its own. So you see, you have this kind of this curling thing, and see if I can find. Yeah, there's this. No, that's not the one I wanted. Oh no! Wait. Maybe it's this one, because they have this funny angle sometimes. I'll just show you a few examples. Um, yeah, and in the end, you'll see that yeah, they all have this kind of they have the labels under them, and that's I'll add later, I guess. And yeah, the can you see the mouse, by the way, when I move it like that? I'm just wondering because I'm not sure. But that the metal sort of twirls out of it. It's really cute. Which is why I had to do this. I had to make them. So let me see if I have another one. That yes. Yes, this one. Oh, and see how the kind of the yeah, the basically how they hang, it's kind of twirls like that, and it's really cool. So that's how we're gonna make them. That's like the inspiration pictures. I hope, I mean, I'm assuming that you can see better now that I'm much closer to the screen, to the camera. I hope this is better than before. Let me know. I think I'll start with this guy. I might actually shorten it a bit more. And yeah, I actually, one of the main reason that I was that I started a bit late is because I was yeah, I was running about because I actually got to the polymer clay idea quite late. So basically, these guys came out of the oven like uh, 5-10 minutes before I started. So yeah, okay, it's a little bit more straight. Again, we'll see how it looks once I color it. But this one specifically also, yeah, and I'm gonna hang the tongue. I don't know how it's called, the part that rings, but I'm gonna hang it a bit low because that's what it seems to look like in all of these bells. They just have a very big one. And yeah, I'm gonna just okay. So I think okay, we'll just I'm going to leave a bit of space above it, so basically I can add glue afterwards and glue it a bit later. Hey, Moika! And then I'm just bringing my tools. And we'll just take this guy and make a big circle. I think this is a good size. I'm trying to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So Yeah. Mm. Oh, oh, wrong one. No, no. Which one did I use? It was this one. Ha! Just a sec. Wait. Yeah. Make it even bigger circle. I'm just kind of closing the shape around it. That's the bigger circle. So I'm gonna go up a level and do this. Actually, yeah, I want this one to be, this edge to be more circular. I can cut it, but there we go. So basically, the bell will sort of hang like this. Oop. And we do need to have an extra piece that is the mechanism that goes behind it. And for that, just a sec. Okay. Just gonna use these pliers to straighten it to make sure it's all in one level. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. So basically, it'll be sort of in this angle, even a little bit on the side like this. And then we have a mechanism that's connecting to it that every time, that's basically makes the bell ring. Okay, so I'll just put it here. And they are kind of gigantic, I guess, on this wall, but I guess it's okay. It's not terrible. If it'll drive me insane, I'll figure out a way to make them smaller, but I don't know. I think it's okay. Okay, so for the crossing mechanism, I think I'll use. Maybe I should have just used a simple wire, but I kind of. Let's see. So we have something in the middle. Would have probably been good to have a base. Hey, Sarah! Long time no see. How are you? Thinking. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and create a base. So this is just a puncher. Where did you go? Ah, there it is. I'm thinking about just if we create this kind of bases that would stand on. No. This is going to be a lot of self-debate, I'm afraid. Let me know what you're thinking. Oh, yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Um, yeah, I was I was a bit off for a few days, but I am back to my usual self now, pretty much. So it's good. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out things here. Maybe. Yeah. Honestly, I should probably have these things figured out much. Let's put it this way, I usually have these things much more figured out when I get to the lives. But yeah, I was dealing with bells and did not really get to the mechanism part, sadly. So I'm kind of improvising with you here. And I hope it's interesting. Ooh. Okay. So let's say I do something like this. And I'm going to just put it on top of this blue thingy just because I think it's easier to see. And basically it'll be something like that, or maybe even in that direction. Something like this. I'm not entirely sure that I like it. I'm also not entirely sure that you can see what I'm doing here. But no, it looks pretty good. And of course, things that all of these are going to be on, there is going to be like a plank base or something like that that all of them hang from. A lot of work to an event I organized with and for kids in my hood for celebrate Halloween. Oh, that's so awesome, Sarah. That sounds like, I mean, yeah, a lot of work, but at least fun work, I hope. And definitely gonna be so much fun and so rewarding in the end. Um, yeah. Is it like a party or like trick or treating things? It sounds so cool. I wish we had that when I was a kid. Hmm. Yeah. So if we'll have something like a, let's see. Hmm. And do let me know if I get off camera because I'm so used now to having a bigger space, and now everything is very much, very little of my workspace is actually on camera. So just remind me if I get off by mistake. I try to stay on screen. Okay. So actually, that could be cool if it hangs something like this. Say, if we have a piece of wood and that would hang from it. Oof. And I need my tweezers. One of the most common uses of tweezers for me is actually just to hold things to see what they look like. Because I can glue it to look like to stand like this. What do you think? Do you think it looks good? I'll bring it to the camera so you'll actually see it. It's not in focus. Okay. A parade night of witches chased by angry villagers, torches in hand. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, that sounds absolutely awesome, Sue. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous of these kids. Do they get to be the witches or the villagers or like both? Okay. Something. Do I have focus now? I think so. Something like that. Obviously, it would look better when everything has the same color. And I'm thinking that I can use this little gap here to like hang a little label that I would probably not be able to actually write anything on because it's so freaking tiny. But but I think it would be cool. Okay. Or, I mean, the thing with having this bent is that I can also basically stick it straight into the wall without having some sort of backing like that. I don't know. This is a thinking chapter of our journey, apparently. I am not entirely sure. I can try and scribble mini letters, yes. It depends on the type, because if the, I mean, we can just do like, yeah, H for hall and P for parlor. Yeah, that could work. That I can do. I have very, very thin pens, so it is possible. Okay. So I think, let's see. I want to try and do another bell to kind of get the feel of what it looks like when we have a few of them together before I start to try and, you know, do anything permanent. Just because I'm not entirely positive that I like how it looks. So, just testing, testing. Um, yeah. Well, um, I am sure. Well, I don't know if like villagers always knew how to separate good witches from bad witches. I'm pretty sure they didn't. But hopefully hopefully you'll survive. I don't know. It sounds very it sounds awesome. I don't know. Um yeah, okay. That came out completely different than the first one. Always a joy when that happens. Just a sec. Okay. There it is. Uh, go just use the bigger one to get. Oop, oop. Yes, you can. Oh, come on. Come on, wire. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's close enough. Okay. Just, yeah, if we have them sort of like this, I still feel like they're too big. I don't know. Maybe it's okay if they're like, if they just fill out. Mm, I have an obsession with tiny things, so everything feels big to me, apparently. Hey, Peggy! I'm feeling better, thank you. I am. I am trying to figure out, with your help, the servants' bells in the that little serving hallway that we have between the great hall and the kitchen. What do you think? Do you think it looks too big, or is it okay? Thank you, Sarah. Um, I'm always worried that, like, especially when I'm doing these lives, that meticulous is nice, but sometimes it's a little boring to watch. I think. I hope I'm not driving you all insane. Um, but yeah, if we can fit another one, then I think I'll be fine with it. Yeah. Hmm. Maybe they should be in two lines. Gosh. If I'm driving you insane, please let me know. But yeah, I think it's funny. Like when I look at it, like, well, when I look at the project itself, it looks weird to me. But when I look at the camera, it looks better. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so let's see if we can get some more bells going. Still, or sudden thought. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still, honestly, still. Oh, look! I found a teeny tiny little round hat pin. It's so small. It's a little too small here, I think. But yeah, let me know what you think about the proportion. Say that. Um, am I being silly, or look again? But they are probably too big. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I mean, this is, yeah, they are polymer clay, so I could give it another shot and try to make them even smaller. Um, should I do that? I can run and get it and see if it's possible to make them smaller. And I mean, okay, then I wouldn't be able to finish them out. Oh no, it broke. Oh, you poor Belle. Okay, that's why I made extras. You know what? Since it's driving me insane, I'm gonna run for a second, bring my polymer clay, and we'll see if it's possible to do the bells even smaller, like the right size, basically. Or what is the smallest size I can do? And if I can make them smaller, then I'll just bake them and get back with them tomorrow, I guess. But let me run and bring my polymer clay, and I'll be back in a sec. I'm back. Yeah, that's the thing, that if I mean, the thing is that, okay, basically we're supposed to have 6 bells. And they can be because in this size, I don't want them to be more than one line, because I think that if it's two lines, it's just accentuates how big they are. I don't know. Let's try. Let's see what happens. If I make the teeniest, teeny tiny little bell, hopefully. Right? Two lines is too much. Okay. So we bring the stylus tools and see how tiny it can be done. And okay, let's see. If I do it this size, this looks like a right size, right? I think so. So let's see if I can make it look like a bell and not just a little cone. Although, I mean, maybe a tiny cone is better than a too big bell, apparently. Where is it? Yeah. So you saw I just opened the lip a bit. Now to create kind of the lip, the bigger, the wider lip of the bell, I'm just taking a slightly bigger stylus and just open the bottom basically, or at least try. Let's see if we put it, oh, stay. Now I'm gonna just use this to sort of drill the hole. I'll do it from this direction, it'll be better. Because as you've seen, if I don't have the hole when it's baked, this clay tends to, it can break sometimes. Oof, this is tiny. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a cowbell because otherwise I won't be able to do anything else. This one is already kind of all warped. I know, but that's the thing. See, that if I'm the one complaining about it, then maybe I should try and fix it. I'm not sure if, how it would, like, what I would do in the end, but I can try. Um, yeah. I am, I am a perfectionist. It is, I have learned over, like, I've learned throughout my life how to kind of manage it and to, um, you know, control it and love things that are, it's really funny because, like, I love this, the wallpaper, right? I'm a perfectionist, but this makes me happy. This is perfect. So, you know, it's kind of funny when you love vintage and you love kind of, old decayed stuff, but you're a perfectionist. But I think, I feel like there are members in the chat that definitely, well, basically all of you, you know exactly what I mean. That you love old stuff, but you know, you just have an image, I guess, in your head of what you want, and you try your best to try to bring it to life. Okay, I think, yeah. It's also, so at the moment, the polymer clay I'm working with, this one is Sculpey, and it has upsides and downsides. So It's very easy to work with immediately because it's very soft. But also, it's really soft, so it loses shape constantly. Um, I basically usually prefer Fimo. These are the two companies that I'm familiar with. But yeah, I don't know. The first one I grabbed was Sculpey, so that's the one I'm working with, and I think it's okay. It can work. Yeah, yeah, I love it too. So yeah, you know, it's a different definition of perfect, I suppose. I think okay. Maybe. Ooh, now I'm having an idea. I'm having a thought, but maybe I'll bake it with this, and then I can kind of just yes, that would solve it. I think. Okay, maybe this one. See, it's ruined again. But uh, so it's like basically I feel like there's one angle in which it looks good and the other angles are just like squished. I suppose one angle is better than nothing. But I do feel like that's a better size, right? Where's my C? That would be a better size for sure. And it's easier, it would actually be easier to deal with if it's baked with the wire inside. So that's what I'm going to do. Um, I keep going off camera, but yeah. Okay. So that's one, and I don't, do I have that here? Yes. These are there might be a word for it, like the tweezers that are upside down, no, backwards, that like when you click they open. Um, but they are very good for baking things that might get squished. Also, if I'm doing a air clay and things like that, or anything with glue that I want to dry, um, these are awesome for that. These ones specifically, I like also because they have a rather like I can put a line of a few, um, and yeah. So I'll make one more, I think, and then we'll probably end the stream for today. And I'm sorry we didn't do much progress, but this is what happens when my perfectionism hits, apparently. Um, oh yeah, and let me know. Do you like the new like this setup where I'm closer? I'm hoping that it's that you can see better what I'm doing and everything. That was the aim. So I hope it worked. Let me know. Okay, so just I'm using this pin thingy to create the base hole. Then I'll use the stylus to open it up a bit. This copy is way too soft for these things. When you're doing something this small, probably should have done it with Fimo. But that's the one I had in hand. So We'll make it work. And it is working pretty well. Just very fiddly. Although that might just be me. It's quite possible. I know I had a toothpick. No? Yes. Great. Thanks so much, Sue. It's definitely making me feel better. And yeah, it's really funny because like my phone is it feels like it's so close to also to what I'm doing. So I keep worrying that I don't know, bang it or something. But so far so good. So hey, success. Okay, I'm gonna try and gently straighten up the edge of that because it will drive me crazy if I don't. I know myself. Um, ooh, see, but yeah, you know, for a completely different creation, those could be really cute flowers too, like weird bell flowers. I don't know, they could, but yeah. So now I'll just edit here. Come on, grab. There you go. Yeah, and that's about it. I think. I will make a few more of those and bake them, and then we'll just need to kind of figure out the mechanism behind it because I also didn't have the chance to kind of think it out today. Um, but yeah, it doesn't actually need to work, so it just needs to look okay or look like the right thing. I feel like you need to follow them around. Oh, Peggy, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, it's a completely true suggestion. Like, all the always your creation is your creation, and you should go with exactly what you want to do. You should not, and I don't. There's a lot of things that I'm just like, this works, it's not realistic, but this works for me, so I don't care, and that's how I go. But and there's things like that in this house and everywhere, it doesn't matter. But it's just, if, like I said, basically, if I spent half of the life complaining about something not being right, then it probably means that it wasn't the way I like it or the way I want it. um Hopefully these tiny little ones will actually be what I like. We'll find out. Um but yeah, I think it's always worth it to try out and check what you like. And also, yeah, if you try something and it's not exactly what you wanted and you think you can make it better, then go with it. uh yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's definitely, I generally speaking, in this project, I do exactly what I want to do. So don't worry about it's not really about always, I mean, yeah, the scale is important, but I don't know, I think that it really depends on each project. But yes, they are, they're just fiddly. They're even more, although I think that actually, you know what, building it with the wire inside is actually helpful. It's less it's not as fiddly because you kind of, it grabs to the wire and you don't need to kind of pull anything out afterwards, so it just kind of stays and you can play with it a little bit. um one of the things I do appreciate about Sculpey, by the way, is that at least I'm not entirely sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but for me, when I bake it, the way and I do follow the manufacturer direction, so I'm assuming that's what it is. But it's it bakes in a very different way than Fimo. Like Fimo becomes just hard, almost plastic-like feel, and Scalpy has a more clay feel to it. It's almost like dry clay. It's not. It's strong. It's baked. It's finished, but it's you can still very easily scratch it and things like add details, which is cool. Sometimes annoying, but cool in other situations. Like it always depends on what you do with it, right? Um, I think with scale, yeah. Um, Yeah, exactly. So with scale, it's really, unless you're doing architecture models and things like that, when scale is, people are going to live there, it's important. If it's a work of art, do whatever you want. It's not like sometimes the whole point is that the scale is quirky and weird and like it gives the feel of it and it's amazing. Um, you just need to kind of play with what you want. And with some of the things that I'll do, there'll probably be weird scales, and other things will be. I doubt I really do perfect scale, to be honest, because I don't really check. It just like I eyeball it. That's like, yeah, that looks fine for a door. I mean, look at the size here. Like this is the door. Okay, look at the height of the walls. Yes, Victorian homes were high, but probably not that high. I don't care that much in this case. It looks good. It looks good. I'm good with it. It's fine. Uh, yes, that's what I think. I do think it's the best way to do it. It's fun. So yeah. Alrighty. So no way did that in high school drafting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about what that related to, but okay, yeah. Where Yeah, the tire swing, by the way, is really really cool. I don't know where you found like the is it like a toy tire for your yeah, it's on the haunted house. It's really cool. I really loved it. Um and yeah, there's so many details. Details are everything. That's truth. Um and also the reason why this project will take a while, but hey, we love it. So we just follow with it, right? I think so. Okay, so I think that we will finish for today, and I will come back tomorrow with even tinier bells, and we'll try to figure out how to, well, I'll figure out how to connect them to the wall probably. And then I might also like we might stay in the same space and do a little code track. I think that it'll be something similar to the ones that we have with the wheels, but that you can carry from room to room, but maybe not with wheels, but something that stands and you can hang your coat on. I was considering doing like just little knobs on the wall, but I feel like it just wouldn't give the feel of what it is, at least not as well. So I think that we'll go with just a coat rack sort of thing. Maybe some will I can add some nails on the wall afterwards or something for like the hats, or a little shelf for the hats, or I don't know. Would they leave like their purses and stuff? Or take it with them. I've not, did they have purses? You know that they had like the tiny little baggy things, but anyways, a shelf could be nice. A shelf is useful. Ooh, I was thinking, by the way, also that on this wall, if we have tiny bells that it could have something above it, then I might just leave it as is, because honestly I just like how the wallpaper came out, so I don't want to cover it that much. That's always a challenge. But I was also thinking that it could have like a cabinet or something somewhere that when they might have like dishes, or like the fancy dishes or something like that, that be here, and like with a little letter to get to it. Although I'm not sure. I might just leave it like that because, again, I like the wallpaper. It came out nice, and I'm not sure I want to hide it. Sometimes that's a good enough reason. And that's it. So, yeah. Um, Thank you again so much for joining me for another evening of making miniatures. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow with more tiny things. Thank you so much.